Hello, I'm Divyansh Gupta. Today, I wanted to share my journey of turning into a vegetarian who turned into a vegan. So, I come from a family which has a medical history ranging from cardiac issues, cancer, and diabetes. For me, the transformation journey began in 2017 when I was first detected with diabetes, high cholesterol, deranged liver parameters, and high cardiac risk factors. All this at an age of 30 years. My fear further amplified after getting prescriptions from the doctors on the list of medicines that I need to take for lifetime. So, my first step, as common sense would prevail, was to change my lifestyle by starting to exercise and to eat more of home cooked food. These basic changes improved my health by almost 30% in over a year, but I was still far from being called healthy. So, in winters of 2019, I saw a couple of documentaries on diet and its correlation to diseases. This changed my perspective on diet and health completely. For instance, did you know that WHO puts all processed meat under class 1 carcinogens, which also includes cigarettes, and all the red meat comes under group 2A carcinogens? Did you know that hormones like estrogen and progestogen are amongst group 1 carcinogens and are present in very high amounts in dairy products? They are known to increase your chances of breast and prostate cancer by at least 49%. So I gave up milk in 2019, having known my family history of cancer. There were so many other myths about nutrition from meat and dairy that got busted in the same year. For instance, I was always told that milk is our main source of calcium requirement. But did you know that any green leafy vegetable has at least 2 to 4 times more calcium than milk? For example, 100 grams of milk contains 120 milligrams of calcium, whereas 100 grams of sesame seeds contain 1000 milligrams of calcium. Did you know that most animals in this world, including elephants and cows, derive their protein from plants? For example, 100 grams of meat contain 20 to 25 grams of complex proteins, whereas 100 grams of soybean contains 36 grams of protein. Watch these documentaries to understand diet and health perspective of meat and dairy, namely Fork vs. Knife, What the Health, and The Game Changers. In fact, Game Changers actually motivates us to show how the best athletes in this world remain fit by just following plant-based diet. The second most important reason for me to turn vegan was environment. All my life, I've called myself an environmentalist until I saw a couple of other factual documentaries in 2020, which made me realize that I was plain and simple hypocrite. For instance, did you know that to raise half a kg of duck, you would have to feed it 50 kgs of grains for at least 1 year? Or to raise half a kg of beef, you require 9,500 liters of water. That's equivalent to 6 months of conservative shower bath. Did you know that 90% of soybean and 50% of the total grains grown in this world are used to feed cattle? 51% of total greenhouse emission is due to livestock, and only 13% is due to transport. Did you know that every second a size of football ground forest is cleared to make space for animal husbandry? And we lose 100 species per day due to this deforestation. Did you know that human population in this world is 7 billion, while cattle population is 70 billion? That is, we have 10 times more cows than humans. Each cattle consumes 15 times more food than human and at least 10 times more water than humans. So to sum it up, if everyone turns vegan, we can reduce our water consumption by 55% and reduce your carbon footprint by 50% and land usage by at least 18 times. So, for more such eye opening facts, do watch these documentaries called Cowspiracy, The Sustainability Secret, and The Seaspiracy. Both are available on Netflix. When you watch these documentaries, you will exactly understand and resonate with me on why I quit meat and dairy and turn to plant-based diet. Lastly, the final nail on the coffin was triggered by my guilt for being a speciesist all my life, for the guilt of loving dogs and horses while eating the rest of the animals. This had to be corrected as I could no more call myself an honest environmentalist and an animal lover and yet continue being a meat eater. Today, I can tell you with pride that basis my last health results, I am no more diabetic and I have absolutely healthy body from within. So if you care for any of these three subjects, that is health, environment, or love of animals, you know what's the right thing to do. And I sincerely hope that I was able to inspire at least one of you today to switch to plant-based diet. Happy and healthy eating.